Yeah, and Leslee Wright is back there. There she is. She's also a member of the English Department faculty. I'm delighted to have you and can't wait to hear what you have written. And I know you have published in various places too.
Thank you, Leslee Wright.
Thanks for everyone for still being here. It's been wonderful, but I know everyone is thinking about traffic right now. So, hopefully not. But. All right, so this is actually part of a novel I just started, so it's in very rough shape. And I got the idea, gee, after November 8th, what do you know? Mostly I was just kind of really struck by, maybe I shouldn't have been, but the reveal that 53% of white women voted for Trump, and it got me kind of interested in exploring, I guess, that despite experiencing oppression from patriarchal society, white women have access to power that can cause great harm even if they're trying to be allies. So I was interested in writing about that. And this is also written from, I should say, a point of view that I have. It's very much outside my own experiences, so if anyone has any thoughts or criticisms on, I guess, the authenticity of the narrator's voice, I encourage you to get in touch with me. So this is a scene from Night Knocker. The Border Patrol checkpoint used to be just a few miles outside of Coachella, but in time they pushed it further south, finally setting up a more or less permanent spot near the Truckers Plaza in Mecca. My auntie used to say that they didn't care what happened south of there. We lived on a shrinking inland sea that stank of skeletal birds and the rotten fish they made a feast of. We had more than we deserved, but nothing that they wanted, so we were left alone mostly. Bree drove straight for the checkpoint's sheet metal structure, hands careless around the steering wheel. Maybe she didn't know it was Border Patrol. They don't make you drive through it if you're heading south. Maybe she didn't have any reason to know in the first place. Through my plastic sunglasses, I studied her white, unblemished skin, the kind you pay good money for. Tiny gold rings studded two of her fingers, and her clothes had the look of dry clean only. This far south, people like her only show up on television and smartphone screens. When Auntie was still alive, she used to drive me up north to India for their famous date shakes. We drank them while strolling under the nappy-headed date palms, then watched a movie in the shake shop's tiny theater. It was a decades-old documentary called Romance and Sex Life of the Date, and only served to further confuse me about all things related to sex, though the theater was a good place to soak up free air conditioning. At the India Walmart, my auntie didn't stop me from buying the toy I'd saved up for, a Hasbro One Direction doll, the Zian Malik model. I called him an action figure just to feel safe. The Border Patrol was a hassle in those days, but no more than anything else. In Bree's car, though, it hit me that I hadn't gone to the checkpoint since I was 14, and the military men kept us there for almost 8 hours. They didn't tell Auntie or me why we had to sit in a supply closet with nothing to drink but stale, sand-flecked water, with nothing to do but tell stories about all her ex-boyfriends, from the carnival barker to the rodeo cowboy from Mexicali who had a glass eye that looked like a tiger's, piercingly yellow. When soldiers finally unlocked the supply closet door, there was no explanation, no words of encouragement, just a bored nod, a cursory, "You're free to be on your way, folks." Auntie gushed thanks at them, enough to make me feel stupid for having expected an apology. My nerves must have shown because Bree slowed the convertible to a crawl and told me to relax. "I'll handle it." She took a quick sip from her lipstick-ringed mineral water and kicked an empty champagne bottle under the seat. Then she guided the car into the shed's rickety edifice while running her fingers through her wavy hair, signaling places to go, people to see. "Hi," she said to the armed soldier, the word flat and distant. He squinted at us from under his helmet. There was an actual gun in his hands, an AR something, the kind meant to mow down a whole swath of people in seconds. You both United States citizens? Yeah. I expected her to dive for her purse and root around for her ID, but she stayed upright in her seat. The soldier's gaze bounced between us, trying to make sense of the scene. A wealthy, 30-ish woman in tennis whites, a brown, teenage hitchhiker of indeterminate gender. So, what's the relationship between you two? That's my lover, Martina. The feminist of the name made me flush almost as much as the breeziness of Bree's words. I'm also training her to do my nails, to wax me, give me facials, the whole works. Ma'am, are you serious? Bree sighed and stared straight ahead. I assume you want the truth, no matter how sordid and indelicate it may be. Eyeing her through my sunglasses didn't stop the scent of the supply closet from coming back to me. Sour urine mixed with hot, melted plastic. Can I see your IDs, both of you? We passed them over. Mine was already in hand, slick with perspiration. It listed my real name, which wasn't Martina then and isn't Martina now, and my gender, the only letter M on the whole thing. The soldier made no comment on either of these details, focused solely on verifying the authenticity of the California state driver's license. Something on Bree's made him stagger back and blink. Bree Stokes? The Bree Stokes? The name was familiar even to me, but I couldn't place it. Maybe she really was a TV star. Yeah, I didn't know it then, but she was like that Bree, never giving a full yes to anyone who didn't deserve it. Wow, what are you doing all the way down here? Got lost on my way to a charity golf tourney in Palm Springs. This is also my pool girl. She shook an elbow in my direction. Or the lawn girl. You know, whatever fits your hegemony. Hegemony is the latest in landscaping, by the way. I highly recommend it. He smiled when he passed our IDs back, asked for her autograph on his paper cut from the Truckers Plaza in Mecca, then waved us on through. I tried to breathe easy, but the smell of hot melted plastic still saturated the air.